NAMI Louisville is working hard to provide support to our community with the help of our youth. Joining me to discuss NAMI Louisville's youth-oriented programs is Executive Director Nancy Brooks. Now, this is something super important. I mean, everyone is dealing with mental health, but youth especially. And so tell me a little bit about your youth-oriented programs.
Well, recognizing this, back in 2018, we launched a Youth Advisory Council. With the aim of the Youth Advisory Council was to help us identify where the missing gaps were with the youth. So asking the youth directly, what would you like as services? How would you like to engage with the community and be supported or to support others? And we've been doing that ever since.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit more about that Youth Advisory Council, you know, who's all on it, and kind of break that down for us a little bit.
It's mainly made up of 14 to 18-year-olds. If you're a mature 13-year-old, you can be welcomed onto the group, and you're welcome to stay. But what often happens is they go away to college, and then we lose them in their college years. They're from 20 different schools in Jefferson County, and phenomenal young youth that are thinking outside the box. They're really passionate. We had a couple of them speak at our annual advocacy event.
Wow.
And they just really impressed the crowd, so yeah.
Well, I think it's just impressive that they took that step forward to kind of raise awareness about mental health, because I feel like that is the hardest step, is to really open up that dialogue, especially to their peers. And you kind of take this little step further too. What is NAMI Louisville's Wellness Wheels?
The Wellness Wheels. Now, that's a project that came out of these thought processes. The aim with the Wellness Wheels is to bring school-aged programming directly to schools and resources to family members at community events. So the bus is finishing its remodeling. It's ready to launch.
Well, it looks beautiful.
And again, we're getting ready to work with our schools to plan out days for the bus to arrive, and the programming is all developed. So again, if let's say it's a third grade class, there's specific curriculum designed for that group, and it would be anything from you know, watching a show, reading a book, doing journaling, whatever it is that they want to do that day, they can choose from our list of age-appropriate programs.
Yeah, I know in another segment we talked about that peer-to-peer kind of mentorship, and then also getting the families involved, because that's also equally as important as well.
Well, it really is. I often say, similar to substance abuse, mental illness is a full family illness. It's not just affecting that one person. Everybody else is going to have to adapt and work to make the process as seamless as possible. That includes things like working with the school to make sure an IEP is in place for that child. And that is something that family members can learn through our basics course, which is for parents and caregivers of youth who are having an early diagnosis of a mental health concern.
What are some of those staggering statistics? Because I know they're just kind of daunting when you look at them, because this is really affecting a lot of kids.
Well, the one I like to shine light on the most is that over 50% of the individuals who ever get a mental health condition, it will show its first signs and symptoms between 14 and 24.
Wow.
So again, another reason we want to focus on youth, because actually early intervention would be earlier than 14. Because what's going to happen at that point is they're going to maybe not know that they're having a mental health condition. Maybe there's some stigma in the family around seeking care. And in the end, what happens are what we look at as negative outcomes. There's you know, drawing away from the activities that you loved, maybe pulling away from friends that you used to be friends with and finding new friends, substance abuse, dropping out of school.
Wow.
Those are all negative outcomes that we don't want our youth to have to experience. But we have to make sure that prior to that, they are aware of signs and symptoms, that their families don't hold stigma, that we're able to bring these youth to services at an early age.
And that's why you have the Wellness Wheels, that's why you have this advisory council. Like, there's so many steps to this, and you have it planned through and through. So this is really important, a very important conversation to be had, especially during this month. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. Kids are going to be out of school soon, but I'm sure the bus will get out there as soon as school begins.
That's right, that's right.
So thank you so much for coming on today. Again, really important information. So again, to learn more, just go to namilouisville.org.